Okay, welcome back, and let's continue and work on the sparks. So this is what we have, and we don't have an alpha channel, which is fine because the geometry is used in the scene. And the main thing I'm interested in is the illumination. So let's see if we have any indirect pass in this. I do have an indirect pass, so let's shuffle it and use the indirect pass. And with this, I'm gonna gain it up quite a bit. Maybe desaturate it. Let's use a hue shift. Something like this, and let's add it on top of the main pass. So here I'm gonna use a plus mode, and let's gain it up, and that's the illumination of the sparks onto the geometry increased. And also I remembered that we could get the indirect as well of the main pass and increase the fire illumination, because I think it's important for this visual. So I'm gonna plus it, and this makes it brighter already, and we could increase it a bit like that. Okay, so with this and then this plus, cool. So we have this smoke, and let's just add, because it's additive, we're gonna add the sparks, and let's do it after. So here I'm gonna use a plus mode, and I think the sparks are rendered at different resolution. No, that's correct. Okay, so if I use plus mode, you will see the sparks. Not this one, sorry. This one. So that's our sparks. Let's gain them a bit. And I think the smoke is very bright. I'm gonna tweak it, reduce it down. But I think this is very, very basic integration. What I'd like to do is to take the fire pass, and when there is fire, I want the sparks to be more visible. So let's copy this. I'm gonna use a shuffle node and get the emission pass. That's where this data is from in. So our fire, I'm going to use as a driver. So I'm gonna put a grade node and use this to mask. So the red channel is what I'm interested in, or we could use the blue or the green. And I'm gonna go to the sparks and red, green, the red channel, and then do this. And you will see that the sparks are getting brighter, and I'm gonna give them a red, make them warmer, and then here, when they become brighter, they will get desaturated, or they will look white. And then if we blur this a touch, we will have this bleeding, this bleeding effect onto the sparks. And let's add them now. And now they're much more interesting. When they get close to the fire, they're gonna become much brighter, and then as they get away, they will go back to their normal color. I think it's very strong. No, I think it's just the fire. And along this line, because we took this, where is it? This one. We can also improve the fire here. So I'm gonna gain it down one more time. And I think there's a lot of cool details here for sure. So I'm gonna put down a exponential glow node, which does a glow but at different levels. So it does one glow at a value of 1, a second glow at a value of 2, third glow at a value of 4, the radius, and it just gives this nice exponential effect. And I'm gonna merge it on top of all of this. So plus, and that give it that kink. Okay, that's our sparks added, and I think it's looking pretty good. All right, let's do let's see it with the fog and everything. Okay, I think the fog is too much, so I'm gonna gain it down, something like that. Now what I like to see is I want that fire to affect and propagate into this this Atmo, and the pass that I'm gonna use for this is this one. I like it because it has a uniform distribution, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy that exponential glow that we did, so this one, and like this, and also merge the sparks in. I'll explain why in a second. I need a pass with all the illumination emissive surfaces, so that, and I'm gonna do an exponential glow, or a glow, and I don't need the source, so I just need the glow, something like that, and I'm gonna merge it or use it to drive something in this. So I'm gonna desaturate this because I need only a mask, and I'm gonna use it as a multiply. And let's gain this 40, and we need to give it a tint. So let's not desaturate it, let's just desaturate this one. So when we multiply it, we get this nice glow, and then I'm gonna merge all of this on top. I'll leave the color correct. And now see, we have this nice glow onto the Atmo. This is not a glow. It's gonna look very natural. That's all I can say, because it's masking the field or the Atmo that is correctly rendered from the scene. So when we merge all of this, we're gonna get that nice glow. See, we're gonna get that nice glow spreading and you know, illuminating the volumetrics. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for these main passes. The last one is this, which starts in frame 70, and I'm gonna plus it here. So let's reformat it because the resolution is different. And I'm gonna gain it. I'm just using a plus mode. And then with this one, I'm gonna use an exponential glow as well. So I want this glow effect. And we have to wait all the way after adding the Atmo to merge it or merge it here. We have to add the fire and everything, and then this will go on top, so it glows above or on top of the smoke as it appears. Where is it? Yeah, this one. And let's lower the exponential glow amplitude. Something like that. And if I have indirect illumination in this pass, I'm gonna try and use it. Yeah, so I have that. I'm gonna shuffle it. And let's shuffle after this. And I'm gonna gain it to 20. And also plus this into the scene, because I want the lighting effects to, you know, spread and be quite visible. maybe increase the gamma, something like that. And it's quite noisy, so I'm gonna blur it a touch, 1 pixel. That's it. Which is a lot, but I think it's gonna be fine. So let's play and cache few frames from here to here. So in this frame, for example, I would go and animate the background, or everything except that element. I would gain it down, maybe leave the Atmo to show it, to give it more emphasis so it's more visible. And just during those few frames, I change this brightness or exposure and then go back to normal. And I did this with the lightning, which we will take a look at later. For the radial wave, I'm going to show how we did it and how the idea, and then we're not going to be able to get the exact same look because I spent quite a bit of time to find that nice expansion ramp and time it. And as you can see, it's a bit slow here. So I'm going to show and explain the method, and hopefully guys, if you have something similar, you should be able to, you know, use this technique and spend some time to tweak it, make it work in your scene. Yep, it's working. And see that because that glow is on top of everything, it still shows up. If we added the volume on top of it, we're gonna lose it. So that's why I was very careful about the order of things. Okay, so what's next? We need the spaceship. So for the spaceship, you can see it here. It's not very visible, but what I have is I have an emission pass inside, and the spaceship has I'm using curvature, and let's see, I'm using curvature in the shader, and this is the curvature of the spaceship. It's very low in intensity because I didn't want to cause any render artifacts or anything like that, but this data is available, so I'm gonna gain it down, gain it up, and change this to emission. So we have that, and I'm gonna add it, after the smoke and after everything, and use an exponential glow. And let's merge it. And the spaceship without this is not very visible because it's quite dark. So that's our spaceship coming into coming out of the RBD and becoming visible. Okay, I'm gonna cache this from here to the end, and then we'll continue in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.